putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. It is the Kevin Jackson Show. We're talking about terrorism. We're talking about election results. We're talking about the war on men, the war on women, Gillibrand's new role in the Democratic Party, Roy Moore, fires raging in California. You got it. There's so much going on. Donald Trump still beating up on the media. Donald Trump Jr. joining in with his dad. You guys joining in. Talking about how lecherous these people are. And the lesson is learn not to care. Learn not to care. I got a social media guy. He's a former rock star. I don't mean that in a fun, like he's a true former rock star. Got a big contract and turned it down because he found the Lord. And we were talking about, all the stuff that, for keeping up with social media. And he's like, Kevin, there's so much news here and it's horrible stuff. He's just going, looking at articles. And I said, hey, you're a doctor. And you're, what do they call it? When your bedside manner is you go and you diagnose the problem and you get out. You can't get invested. You can't get emotionally invested. You will go put a gun in your mouth. You look at the news. You determine what's good for our message and you back away. Get it out to the writers, get it out to the editors and be done. If you try to invest yourself in all these stories, like we're going to do this story about all the dreamers in America who are killing people. And he's like, holy cow, I'm putting together this information, Kev. It's horrible, the things these guys do. And I go, yeah. Just look at it. Dreamer killed somebody. Dreamer raped. Dreamer this. Dreamer that. Blah, blah, blah. And look at it as a job to get the thing done. And that's it. Push it back. Push it away. Because if you put too much effort into it, you're going to be upset. You're going to take it to heart. So I'll give you a good example. The family of the terrorist who killed, well, he didn't kill anybody, but he wanted to. This guy, what's his name? Akayed Ullah, who had a pipe bomb taking it down the subway in New York. That guy, he was, obviously didn't get to kill anybody, but he was a bad guy trying to do a bad thing. And so he gets taken down and his family is outraged. But they're not outraged at him for trying to destroy the country that's adopted him and them. And because he got over on a chain, what do they call it? Chain migration. His cousin or somebody brought him over. How we allow this to happen, I don't know, but we need to stop it. But his family is mad at what they call the heavy-handed tactics that were used to bring him down. This is a man who tried to blow up people with a pipe bomb, and his family's mad at the tactics that were used. Yeah, chain migration terrorist bombs the New York subway, and his family's outraged. And here's what the New York Post reported. The family of the alleged ISIS-inspired Port Authority bomber said they were heartbroken by the attack on Monday and blasted law enforcement agencies for what they claim were heavy-handed tactics by investigators. We are heartbroken by the violence that was targeted at our city today and by the allegations being made against a member of our family. The allegations being made. Let's see. Pipe bomb in his stomach, went off prematurely, hurt him, and you're mad at what? They say this, but we're also outraged by the behavior of the law enforcement officials who held children as small as 4 years old out in the cold and who pulled a teenager out of high school classes to interrogate him without lawyer, without his parents. What do you want us to do? Your family member is killing people. How do we know who else won't? How do we know who else isn't over here on one of these chain migration visas? See, this reminds me of Michael Brown Jr. Blacks were complaining about how long Michael Brown Jr.'s body was in the street, as if that was the crime. Michael Brown Jr. tries to kill a cop, and the cop kills him, and their concern is, and look at how long they left him in the street. Now, that's a crime right there. So what, he tried to kill a police doing his job. The way the police handled the body, well, Look at that. That's where black people are not getting their civil rights. And if the Brown situation, folks, it taught us nothing. We know that the real story means nothing in comparison to the fake narrative. That's what the left excel at, is the fake narrative. And that's exactly what this is. The family criticized the way this investigation was handled, even though the suspect allegedly launched a failed attack in a crowded subway tunnel. That's what they write. He didn't allegedly do it. He did it. And then they go on to say this: these are not the actions we expect from our justice system. Well, guess what? These are not the sort of actions we expect from our citizens or those who come over here on a visa. Here's what we should do. Every time one of these suckers goes out and does something, if you're over here in a chain migration, if anybody in your chain does something wrong, everybody goes. See? Did that on the fly. And here's what they also said. This is no joke. We have every confidence that our justice system will find the truth behind this attack, and we will in the end be able to learn what occurred today. When I tell you these people know how to work the left strategy, this is genius. I mean, it's stupid. But in terms of adopting to leftism, this is you can't teach this. They have witnessed this firsthand. This is learned. I mean, I'm saying this is like practically born with this now. This is the way the left would play this story. We want to find the real truth. Who really did this? We believe it was Donald Trump. Let's get a special prosecutor. And oh, by the way, while Donald Trump was attempting to, set off a pipe bomb, he also fondled a couple of chicks in the subway. Can we get somebody to look into that? Maybe we can impeach him. Let's impeach Donald Trump. Our producers are going, dude, you're going off the rail. Oh, man. New Yorkers, you can feel safer today, right? I mean, what could they possibly think of leadership that doesn't care about their safety? They elect these politically correct morons. And then these guys pass laws that allow for the mayhem of citizens as if they're planting, Christmas trees in Central Park right now. Okay, this is so pretty. Let's put another tree over there, Cuomo and de Blasio treated Muslims around the world to a dog and pony show. And as these clowns were speaking, I was imagining what radical imams were doing. They had to be laughing. Look at them. Ha, 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 ha. Muslim pigs in their caves sit there thinking, soon one of ours will govern your city as we govern London. And after every attack, these leftist so-called leaders, they hold a press conference. They say the same things. New Yorkers are resilient. Blah, blah, blah. They better be resilient, you New Yorkers. I'm telling you this, because you're going to get bombed again. You're going to get run over again. You're going to get assaulted by Muslim jihadists soon. And I don't know how. I don't know where, in terms of where in the city, but it's going to happen. And the irony of this whole thing is this dude was on the watch list. He was on it. I'm not sure how the left brain works, really. But I'll just say this to leftists. This situation is a no-brainer. Even leftists should know what's at stake when you continue these idiotic ideas, these idiotic notions of how you think we should be dealing with Muslims. Unbelievable. Ullah is now the victim. This is the same tactic of Michael Brown. Look, they got shrines going up to black guys who resisted arrest, got themselves killed. They have people marching in the streets, threatening to burn down places when a drug deal, a heroin deal gone bad, ends up getting a heroin dealer shot. And black people say, where was the gun? as if they don't believe that a dude slinging drugs in the street, in the hood, doesn't have a gun. That's the world we live in now, that leftists want you to believe. I've given you plenty of examples today, and here's what I tell you all the time. Learn not to care. You can't care about the left. You can't care about being fair because they don't care about that with you. They don't care about your life.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.